The pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity, but the optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty. A very good morning and a hearty welcome to all. I am Priyadarshana.
And I am Kirti Chirotmani of second year MBBS. Firstly, we are all thankful to Pediatrics and Community Medicine Department for giving us the opportunity to host this event.
I take immense pleasure in welcoming all the dignitaries. Now, I request our esteemed chief guest, Professor Govindaraj Sir, Principal Dr. Divakar Sir, Advisor to Chancellor, Mr. Vivek Viraya Sir, Registrar Dr. Sudeep Sir, AO Raviraj Sir, Medical Superintendent Dr. Manohar Sir, to please come on to the dais. I feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to all the Anganwadi workers, ASHA workers, all the mothers, teaching and non-teaching staff, my friends and everyone present here on behalf of Sri Siddhartha Institute of Medical Science and Research Center.
Today, we have all gathered here to celebrate World Breastfeeding Week that is observed from 1st to 7th August every year. It's a global campaign to raise awareness and galvanize action on themes related to breastfeeding. The theme for this year is Enabling Breastfeeding, Making the Difference for Working Parents. The World Breastfeeding Week, supported by WHO, UNICEF and various health ministries and civil society partners, aims to address the challenge faced by women who must choose between breastfeeding and pursuing their careers. This year's theme focuses on breastfeeding and work advocating for essential maternity rights that support the breastfeeding.
The highlights of this year's World Breastfeeding Week are: over 500 million employed women lack maternity protection in national laws. Only 20% of the country's mandate employs to offer paid breaks and breastfeeding facilities. Less than half of the infants under 6 months are exclusively breastfed.
Let's start the day by seeking the blessing and presence of Almighty. I would like to call Dr. Chaitra ma'am for the invocation song.
वंदना हे गुरु जना सुपूजना वंदना हे गुरु जना सुपूजना वंदना हे शिव पार्वती नंदना गणपति गजानन
Thank you, ma'am, for creating a heavenly atmosphere. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. I would like to invite our respected principal, Dr. Divakar SP Sir, and our honorable chief guest, Dr. Govindaraj Sir, for auspicious lamp lighting ceremony as a tribute to Mother Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge.
शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापम् सन्ध्यादीपनमोऽस्तुते ओ दीप शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापम् सन्ध्यादीपनमोऽस्तुते ओ दीप शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते
Thank you, everyone. Nothing can be more reassuring and heartwarming than affectionate words of welcome. I request Dr. Nityanand Sir, Professor of Pediatrics Department, to welcome the gathering.
Good morning to you, a very good morning to you all. Actually, I remember last year we celebrated this World Breastfeeding Week in a grand manner, and we are continuing the tradition this year also. So the venue is different, and even the head of the department is different. And including the principal. Yes, sir. Last year. So, rest is safe. And we have called Dr. Govindaraj here. So, he is a senior pediatrician, and his introduction will give it to, he is going to speak on this occasion, on the importance of breastfeeding. So, another thing is that this year, this week is being celebrated starting from 4th of August, and today is the final day. So we are signing off with this week, World Breastfeeding Week, with this function. So first of all, I am very happy that I got the opportunity to welcome you all to this occasion. Continue the tradition. I would like to, first of all, on behalf of all of us, on behalf of our college, I welcome Dr. Govindaraj to this World Breastfeeding Day celebration. Thank you for coming. I welcome advisor to Chancellor Vivek Veeraya for this World Breastfeeding Day. Welcome you, sir. I'm very happy to welcome our Deputy Registrar, Dr. Sandeep, to this occasion. I have also informed our beloved medical superintendent he is going to come in short while. So I welcome on behalf of you, him also, in his absence. And I welcome our HOD, Dr. Sushila. I welcome our beloved principal and the inspiration behind this. So he has usually, he tells in two ways. One thing is that if we ask him permission for anything, any program, he says, okay, go ahead. Next thing is, question is how you are going to do it. And last question will be that how you are going to do it. So thank you, sir. Keep inspiring the same enthusiasm and inspiration words for all these applications. I also welcome Dr. Ashok, Community Medicine HOD, for this wonderful. So we are celebrating in association with we both jointly are celebrating, and I also would like to mention our IAP. This is IAP mentor BPS initiation also. They are also taking part, and it is taking place. This World Breastfeeding Week celebration is taking place in each and every college, and even our college activities will also be set. Now here it goes to Central IAP, and that will come in a bulletin. So it is a sort of countrywide program, not only in Bangalore or in Karnataka, which is happening. Even in Karnataka, other parts also it is happening. So I welcome all the HODs. Those who have come here, we have invited them and I request them to make this program successful by gracing this occasion. And I also request welcome all the associate professors of various departments and assistant professors, and all the other faculty, and the staff, and those who are the backbone of this program, and where they are supposed to inculcate our students, especially second years who are taking this activity, and they are going to display their skills, what they have learned about the breastfeeding. So I welcome on behalf of our institution, the students also. I also welcome our nursing college principal. So whatever we usually ask him, he says that he never says no, and whether it is a man or material or whatever sort of advice, and even the contracts also, is always ready to help us. So I welcome all of you. So I also welcome nursing students. Usually, they are like in a novel it comes as man Friday. So whenever we ask him for the students, the numbers or even the business, so they have to learn these things, and they are the main people who are going to counsel the mothers as per the lactation is concerned. And we usually teach them, we tell them, explain them, but practically in the scene on the ground, they are the people. They are also here. I welcome all of you. And those who are indirectly helping us, directly and indirectly helping us, all the staff, sub-staff, and the current staff, groupies, will be able to form this occasion. Yeah, all the supporting staff, including those who are helping with the mic and other systems. So whenever we ask them, they usually come forward and help us without any doubt. So, thank you once again. We'll proceed with the program.
We, the students of SSIMS RC, are so blessed and grateful to have our principal among us who happily guides us at every step. I would like to invite our respected principal to hear a few words of wisdom.
Thank you. Thank you, and I welcome the chief guest and my colleagues on the stage, my dear professors, teachers, and students. Today I am blessed and I am very happy to share with my teacher, Dr. Govindaraj, who was my teacher, who has taught me pediatrics, and I also happy that today after a long time I am meeting him, and a very good teacher. He has taught me the same subject, breastfeeding. Still I remember the breastfeeding. He used to tell it is very cheap, freely available, and you can prevent a lot of diseases like diarrheal diseases and other things. 10 points, I still remember all these 10 points, whatever he has taught me. And we had a very good pediatrics teaching staff. I think Ashok's father was also one of my HOD at that time, pediatrics. And we had a very good teaching staff like Dr. Janki, Arera, they're all stalwarts. And here also I see my teacher sitting in front of me, our pathology madam and Dr. Manjunath from pathology. They were my teachers and they have taught me more than subject. These people have taught me how to grow in life, how to come up in life with the what you call how to keep up the timings as well as the professionalism in life. So still with their guidance, more than the subject, I have definitely learned a lot from them, and with great honor, I accepted your punishments also when I was a student. A small word I have to tell. Dr. Manjunath, a professor of pathology, he was, I think, I was in 7th standard. I know him from 7th standard because his maternal uncle was my neighbor. He used to come to my house, and he has even given me chocolates. Then I joined medicine. You know, I took internal assessment. Even though I know him very well, you know how much he has given me? Out of 20, he had given me 4 marks. Still remembering me? He has given 4 marks. See, that helped me to learn pathology. Even though he was my friend, family friend, I appreciate his strictness. That even knowingly he has given me 4 marks. That is his greatness. So I studied pathology day and night, and I scored highest in the class. It has scored that is a greatness of teacher. That is a greatness of teacher. Giving marks is not a greatness. Giving low marks, strict corrections, strict masters always teach discipline in life. So that is how students also should learn discipline from teachers. And this breastfeeding week, I really congratulate our HOD of Pediatrics that they are celebrating the breastfeeding week. And I think this is the first time she is new to this institute. And she used to come to me regularly and she used to tell, sir, final year students are not coming for participation, second year students are not coming, I am begging them. So I think that should not happen. All of you should participate. All of you should participate. So, see, in Ambedkar Medical College, last year we used to celebrate regularly when I was principal. We used to celebrate breastfeeding week regularly, and we used to, a lot of students used to participate, and we had got the best award from the government of India. We used to get the best award from appreciations from the government of India. I want our students also to participate and get this award. That's why, because she is new to this institute, I think there are some little confusion with the student and the madam. And I think from next year onwards, I think you have to take this as a challenge and see that our institute get this award. So I request all these pediatric HODs to motivate the students. And next year, I think they have to get the award to SSIMS RC. With these few words, I once again congratulate our HOD of Pediatrics and Sushila. Once she was my teacher, I forgot to tell. She was my teacher with Dr. Govindaraj's team. And I thank her also for giving an opportunity to participate in this.
Thank you, sir.
I would like to welcome Medical Superintendent Dr. Manohar sir.
It's a pleasure to introduce our Chief Guest of Honor, who has graciously accepted our invitation for today. I would like to request Dr. Sushila Ma'am, Professor and HOD of Pediatrics Department, for introduction of our Chief Guest.
Good morning, everybody. Respected dignitaries and off dance, my dear friends, my dear colleagues, teachers in various other departments, and my dear students. It is my pleasure to welcome you all for today's event, that is World Breastfeeding Day. This is a week we always celebrate in the August 1st week, 1 to 7. This is happening since 1992. We are conducting this program every year in all the colleges. So this is from this institute, the Department of Pediatrics and Community Medicine, in association with IMD and MBBS. We are conducting this program today here. The theme for this program today is enabling the breastfeeding, making difference for making parents that they have to continue the breastfeeding in any situations. This theme will be keep changing every year. The theme may be different, but only the main aim of this theme is to protect, promote and support the breastfeeding. So we have to sustain the breastfeeding, which is very important for all the women, especially reproductive who have the children. This is one of the important things which can prevent various diseases among children like gastroenteritis, respiratory or other infections, or you also know with the bottle feeding so many other problems will come. So this is our main aim, is to protect, promote and see that they continue the breastfeeding so that it can prevent. So most of infant mortality and under 5 deaths are come down, malnutrition will come down. So this is to prevent the morbidities and mortalities also. On this occasion, we have our chief guest, that Govindaraj, who is none than my own friend and colleague. I can say is my mentor, my guide also you can say. He is come here, agreed to come with the one word he has come. So I'd like to talk about him. Just a small brief. Background is working as professor at HOD Dr. Ambedkar Medical College, but previously he was born to a parents by name Muniratnam and mother is Sarojamma in 1955, 26 February in Bangalore Vanivilas Hospital. So he's from beginning. So he's graduated. He's interested in medical field. He studied in MBBS in Jawaharlal Institute of Medical Sciences, that Belgaum, and MD from Bangalore Medical College. From that time, I know the sir from those days in 1980s. So he also, his career-wise, he has done more than 13 years. Is continuous from the lecturer post to the professor HOD in Dr. Ambedkar Medical College. Later, from March, he got a job in Indira Gandhi Institute of Medical Sciences as professor. Later, he has become MS in the Indira Gandhi Institute, that is a prestigious institute here, and he also worked as in-charge director in same institute. Later again, after his tenure there, he has joined 2015, again back to Ambedkar. He is working till now as a professor at HOD in the same department. So now as a teacher, he is a both UG and PG student teacher, and he was an examiner for various students. He has guided more than 250 students, postgraduates, and he is taken part in various conferences and arranging the conferences, and he has given a lot of talks, symposium, conference, panel discussions, which are all over the India. He is best known for his name. We call him as a MGR. That is because he is born to a Muniratnam M. Govindaraj. That is a short form. We call it as a MGR. So he's also had lot of publications. More than 40 publications he has, and he has various conferences he organized. He is a vice chairperson for infectious diseases in Karnataka in terms, and is a founder president of Karnataka Infectious Diseases. He is an executive member for IAP Bangalore branch for 3 times, and president of IAP Bangalore branch in 1998, vice president for 2 terms in IAP Bangalore, and joint secretary for 1 term IAP, and is also has organized National Pedicon 2007 as his organizing secretary. And he's right now has a lot of awards. So he's conferred as a Dr. P.C. Roy Award in 2015, and is also selected as the best doctor as a doctor's name in 2017. He is a very simple, humble, and sincere person who's having great humanity. He is very good for anybody who approaches him as a patient, as a well-being, for any support, any things. He is very, very always keen to help anybody. He is as a I'm telling you, he's a very good, great person and he's for his activities. Even though he's so rich, but he is so simple and he's very good. So I requested sir to he's going to enlighten us with to this team for all, which will be benefiting for all our, we expected all the ASHA workers, beneficiary, but because of some programs, that is initiation of Indraganas today and some locate varieties there, because of those problems, they may not able to come to this program. But this won't end. We will keep teaching them wherever we get. That's why we are including all the nurses, nursing department, even the students, ayahs, or the non-medical persons also who are involved in the breastfeeding. Especially we always take care that they have to support and they have to promote and protect. So this is, and this I'll requested Govindaraj to give a guest lecture in this program. Thank you.
Very good afternoon to one and all. I am feeling very happy because I am in the home pitch. Most of the staff members, I know them about it. I am feeling like it's a privilege again to see everybody about it. It's an occasion to meet everyone about it. I again thank my beloved student as well as principal, Dr. Divakar and Dr. Sushila for inviting me to this occasion. But they never mentioned saying that you have to talk on certain topic at all. I was just wondering, just will be a little introduction about this thing. I don't know what specifically to talk. Now, entire breastfeeding, if you want to talk, it will take nearly 5 hours to complete about it. I do not know what exactly she wants me to talk about it. I thought just to introduce about, tell about what to do, I thought about it. She said everything about the breastfeeding we have to talk about it. It will take a little longer time. As far as possible, I have not prepared. I have not come with any PowerPoint presentations or anything like that. I thought let me offhand, whatever comes into my mind, let me tell about it. And it is, as I already told, Sushila said, right from 1992, the initiation of breastfeeding is going on about it. And again, different teams, or again, every year it is different. About this time, it is more specifically enabling the breastfeeding for working parents. That's what they mentioned about it. I do not know why they said working parents. They would have said working mother. What may be the reason why they want to say the working parents? I was really wondering about it. Nowadays, the government has made a rule. You know, the maternity leave for extending, as earlier it was only for 3 weeks, then 6 weeks. Now it is 6 months. Again, the maternity leave is there for the mother. Again, for the father, he has to support the breastfeeding as such. Now 15 days of paternity leave also is there about it. Probably, I think that's the reason they said both the parents have to support about it. Again, this is going on about it. Let me for me a little nostalgia for me when I was a student about it. This was not there. Why it suddenly started in 92 about the breastfeeding, I couldn't really have. What was there earlier? Do you think they were not breastfeeding? They were breastfeeding or not breastfeeding about it? What made it to initiate saying that they have to start breastfeeding about it? What my nostalgia? Because when I was a student and this thing probably about it, I feel breastfeeding is an instinct. What do you mean by instinct? Naturally it has to come. I don't think anybody has to tell about why you want to be breastfeeding about it. Sometimes you think over. I think when anybody knows the reason, there are 2 reasons why the breastfeeding has to be promoted now from 1992. Earlier it was not there. Anybody knows the answer?
Lot of ladies go for the work now.
Correct. One thing, professor says that people are working, that's the reason they are not able to feed. One come with the reason, right? Then?
Modernization.
Huh? Moderation. What do you mean by moderation? Means they have to be the duty paid. So that's the reason they have to be modernization is what? I couldn't understand. Modernization is what? They become the model, so that's the reason they can't feed. No, that's not correct. People have to work. Even those days, people in the coolie, we used to say in the villages, they used to work. Do you think they were not working? Again, they used to work about it. Wherever they used to go about it, they used to feed inside.
Families are
Now one thing about it, that's what the major probably about the nuclear families. Everybody wants, now the life has become different about it. The socialization has really come down about it. People don't want to. They want everybody separate, enjoy life. Why to struggle? Why to listen to the mother-in-law or the father-in-law? Over it is. That's a general problem about it. Let me not go deep into about it. Most important I thought about is the inhibition. Earlier, during my days, my mother, my grandmother, they used to feed the child wherever they are. There was no inhibition as such. But now, if they want to breastfeed, privacy is required. They used to cover with the balu or with the sargo, whatever they call as, and they feed wherever they are there. Now, this later modernization probably she meant that, I suppose. So now they say about the breastfeeding. Again, has to become little privacy. That was not there at all. That was wherever we say breastfeeding, it automatically it was an instinct. Automatically they used to start feeding about it. Problem. When little amount, as I said, due to modernization, these things occurred, then things change about it. Second thing, what may be the most important thing, why it has been stopped? The most important is during my days there was no money. Affordability to buy about the formula feed or whatever it is, the money was not there. Again, availability also not there. Now it is there. Why to suffer? Get the milk bottle, give the bottle and again feed. It again becomes much more easier. Why the mother has to struggle? Otherwise, again, during the initial of the breastfeeding, most of the mothers, why they feel difficult? Because they feel that they have to be awake in the night times. The most thing in the baby will not be able to differentiate between day and night. So that's the reason they will be awake. No, they will be awake in the night time. Mother has to bear that. People do not want that. Everybody wants comfort. Sometimes I really wonder if you see the painless labor. I was wondering why this painless labor about it. I couldn't really understand what is painless labor. Many people opt out. Who wants to undergo the labor pain about it? Never again the labor pain. Even if you come to immunization, gives her painless injection. What is painless injection? I am still wondering. This is what the attitude of the threshold of the pain has really come down. People don't want that. That is where the problem starts. So now the affordability is there, again money is there, privacy is required, everybody wants to enjoy. I feel why we have come into this world. If you are coming to this, we have to struggle something. Then if you achieve, that's the pleasure it gives you about it. If you don't have anything, everything comes easily about it. What enjoyment is there? There is no enjoyment at all. It will not help at all. That's the reason probably the problem started from 1992. They made that we have to promote. Then most now they say that equal rights, men and women, even the men, the husband has to support. Not only the husband, both the mother-in-law, father-in-law, whoever, because of private again. Because the grandmother, they say, hey, that does not, our daughter-in-law does not want to listen to that. Why she has to listen as if she is too great? So all these things, the acceptability of things have really come down about it. Now again we have, because if you see any other mammal, if they deliver, because I come from an agriculture and dairy farm about, within minute, if the cow has been calved about it, you have to see that so fast the cow will really dry up the calf so fast, within minute it can stand and again. It will bite, that's what the first initial steps of your resuscitation in the newborn. You have to bite the child effectively about it. So that will be done if you have seen. I don't know how many people have seen or not, I do not know. But within minute, the calf is so dry enough, it will lick completely about it, it becomes very dry, and the calf is able to stand and sorry. So that was about it. That's the way the problem about. So if you want to know that during my professors nowadays they say what is the lethal weapon to the illiterate mother? Now after me becoming professor I have added something more. What do you mean by lethal weapon to the illiterate mother? Anything anybody guess? Okay, right, correct. So professor said about it, it is the bottle, feeding bottle about it. So earlier, very rare, we used to give about others. It was stigma. If you don't feed breastfeeding about it, it was a little stigma. They have to feed about it. Now what I've added is now the lethal weapon to the literate and illiterate both are. Nowadays, what are the working on? They know that they should not give bottle feeding in spite of the give. For example, if you take cigarette, it has been very clearly written, don't smoke about it, it's injurious to health. Still people do about it. Why? Most important is availability, the money. That's the problem starts about it. If you got less money, automatically things will fall in line with some amount of struggle. Then you know what exactly you have to do, what will be more disciplined, then you can do much more better about it. So the nurses has to have a very clear-cut idea about breastfeeding because they work more better in the sense they are there with the patient for a longer time compared to doctors. Doctors are there for about 1 minute or 2 minutes in each bed. They keep on moving away. Again, the mother is not so comfortable enough to ask what type of doubts are there with her. She will not be able to bring it out and ask. So the nurses is the most important. They play a very crucial role. They have to be effectively about it, and they should themselves should not have any doubt how what to do. If they ask, it has to be clear-cut, evidence-based answers has to be come out. So that's what the nurses has to be very clear about the breastfeeding, when to start, what to give, what not to give, all these things, whatever the doubt are there, you have to be very clear. To make it more simple and to think about it, one straight line we say about it. So, knowing the books have become plenty about it. What I want to say is, you have to say there is no any disadvantages of breast milk. Remember that very clearly about it, then the doubts will not come with it. So, always it is more in advantages. Leave it to the doctors. There are few conditions where you can't feed the child, and these things will come to later. So, as a nurse, the most important is you have to say when to start this thing. Breast milk is important. When we have to tell the mothers, when they are more susceptible or acceptability is much more. So, not after delivering the child, they will not accept because they have undergone little amount of pain and these things about it. Again, they may not. The acceptability is little lesser. Whereas, if you start from the conceive, when the mother from the antenatal to the death, probably the acceptance will be much more better than the promotion of the breastfeed. At the end, so for exams also, you have to prepare. Without preparing, if you won't write the exam, what will happen? Again, you will be failure. So for that, you should understand, you have to get prepared for that, then you will be able to understand much more better. That is about the very clear that you have to know about when to start. So anybody have got to know, that will be an interesting session. If you want to ask me a question, I will answer it back. Or you want to tell me 2 things more. Okay. So now the mother, for example, has been delivered, and now the mother asks, when should I feed? What do you want to tell? Okay, now the question is, the people have read, not bad, very good. So they said that half an hour for the normal delivery sector, 1 hour for the cesarean section about it, it's very clear. So that is no doubt about it, books have clearly mentioned. As an experience, that's what counts about it, experience about what I want to make a little change in that is whenever the mother and the baby are comfortable as early as possible. That will be a much more better. That is only an arbitrary time to say that probably it's not delay more than half an hour. That's the reason they have mentioned that again about it. And you should know the complication why if you don't feed earlier, what can happen. Earlier they should not feed. Before that, what they used to do, like what are the taboos about again the breastfeeding about it. So now the people again, whether we want to give colostrum or we should not give colostrum, all the things are there in the mind of the mother about it. So that we have to be very clear. Should I speak in Kannada or should I speak in These gadgets are very nuisance. Again, keeps on really disturb. During my days, it was not very comfortable. Interaction between social interactions were very good among us, friends, everybody over. It is really fun. People are there together. But one or the other phone will be ringing, they will be busy with that. Ultimately, they will not discuss what exactly like. That social life has really come down. 100% I can say about what we used to enjoy. Those things are not there now. It doesn't matter. We have to correct ourselves. We have to update ourselves as the things moves on. We have to keep on updating about it. We have to keep on updating. Then only. And medicine also is a little peculiar. what we learned, don't think once we pass the exam, I am very comfortable. Now if I got the degree, I become a licensed murderer. Yes, after getting degree, you got the license to murder, no? Yes or no? That is not at all correct about it. Medicine keeps on changing day by day. If you do not update yourself properly about it, again you lag behind, then probably will be not a good doctor. Because now, whom to say it's a good doctor like? Most about the patients have to say whether they are good or not. Not passing the exam. Exam any day, one day. It will not be denied, only it will be delayed. That's all, no exams. One day or other you are going to pass. That is not important about it. We should know the quality, what about it. Anyhow, my teacher, Dr. Jairam, and again the son is there, they have talked about it. I have learned many things, principles, how to talk to the child, how to make the child comfortable. People have to listen about it. There was a poor fund, again, because there was no money about it. We used to collect money. I learned from a professor. With the poor patient, we used to collect money and then donate about it, get what are things best during my days about that, we used to do about it. So that is more about we have to think about. Now coming on to the prelactal feed. Prelactal feed, whether to be given or not about it, that's the most important. Some of the taboos are there. So what are the prelactal feeds in Karnataka? What's the commonest they do about it? Any idea? Karnataka ಏನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಹಾಲು ಅಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿ ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿಸೋಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ನೀವು ಕೊಡೋದೇ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಹನಿ ಓಕೆ ಹನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ more Kerala sugar water they give then anything else. For that to know the real answer you have to work in the postnatal ward because again that was a privacy. Who will come and tell that I am giving the prelactal feed? Nobody will tell about it. Again, the most common about it is the donkey's milk, what is being given in Karnataka. There is no doubt. Again, in the midnight, the grandmother is to get and again give to the grandchild. Again, this game. So I was little curious to know about it, and again I was also curious about my grandfather. So one of the mother I asked, what's the reason why you want to give that when there are no any benefit at all? Why do you want to give? Then such a beautiful answer she gave, for I was also really taken aback what may be the reason. She gave an answer saying that my grandchild has to work hard at donkey, he should be strong enough, he should work. As well as if anybody acts smart, he should be able to kick with that fellow also about it. Both the things the child has to do about it. That's the reason why the donkey's milk, again they say they should give about it, then give the breastfeeding about it. I don't know, because there are few things. Now, giving a similar example like that, you have seen many people who the patient gets epilepsy in the road. What do they do like? They give a keychain. What's the reason behind giving the keychain like? Anyone has an idea? Pick up. But if you really go and ask, there will be some reasons behind it. So the most important reason, like in electrical, how something has been done. The chemical reactions occurs in the brain, earthing has to go down. So that's the reason why they give a key, so that maybe wrong or that we are not, we are not debating on that. But at least the way he thought, at least we have to appreciate for that and say, okay, right, but no harm in giving the key, it doesn't harm, no. Okay, well and good, we have to accept the point. So the donkey's milk was usually the most commonly we used to give about it. And of late, recently, about a month or 2 months back, it has come in our Indian Pediatric Journal about it. What is the other milk equivalent to breast milk? So now they say that the donkey's milk more than 90% and above, it is again equivalent to breast milk. It's if what is wrong, you tell me now. This took me for more than 45 years to know that whether the donkey's milk matches with the cow's milk or not, that we should know about it. Now really now the recent they say that the donkey's milk is little matching comparatively compared to the cow's milk or the buffalo's milk or whatever donkey's milk is. It's much more better. That's what they say about it. Then we have to continue. So better to avoid because chances why they give about we should not give it more of getting infected about it, how hygienically they are prepared or not, that you should know important. That's the reason that we and the God, we have to be very grateful to him because depending on the species, whatever it is, that milk is particularly beneficial for that particular one. So we should have that idea about it. If it's human being, human milk only has to be given. If it's a cow, you have to give cow to cow. Similarly, then only it matches better. Then it will be done very clearly about it. We should know about it. So this is with the mother probably you can ask. And if they say how earlier can you fed about it, the most important is as early as possible, both the mother and the child has to be. Now again, there is a lot because I cannot might explain little. Books have mentioned that before cutting the umbilical cord, you have to put the baby on the mother's breast and see that the breastfeeding should be started as early as that. So I do not know. So I feel because I'm every day seeing people do that and very uncomfortable till the placenta is not yet come out about it. Again, already she's undergone the pain about it. All the liquor will be there. Again, on the liquor, you have to put on the breast of the mother and allow the child to feed. I felt really not practical, logistically not correct. People may think again if you are prolactin, again oxytocin, they get released. I don't deny. But I feel both of them has to be comfortable. Then should be more in this giving food. Then should be maybe oxytocin will again secrete more. Then things will work out much more better. Is it clear? So now they say about it before. And again, best part is who has to cut the umbilical cord? Who cuts the umbilical cord? Now in the government hospital, if you go, who cuts the umbilical cord? Guess what is there about? The husband has to come into the picture. Then he comes about great as he has done something out there, he cuts the umbilical cord. Then they say about now it's very well known. Now it's all the rooming with this thing about it. The husband has to be there during the delivery about it. Now they allow in some of the hospital, corporate hospital to know about it, then they can. And now the most of the important note of last changes what I have seen. To do a cesarean section, there were few indications, medical indications were there. But of late, what has happened since 20 to 25 years, what has happened is, any guess? Now the mother itself will ask, do a cesarean section, I don't want to undergo the pain, the labor pain about it. I do not know what is correct, what is not correct, I am not able to understand. Now they say the mother itself will say, kindly do the cesarean section. That has become, any OBG faculty are there, don't feel bad. So again now the patient is not patient, my OBG professor is to scold. If you to call any antenatal mothers as patient, they is to scold us. So mothers, now the mothers itself will ask, kindly do a cesarean section, that is more better. They think that it is more painless about it, easy to deliver, whatever it is they think about. There are a lot of complications about it. So now the for the OBG people, it has become a very good advantage. Two advantages is they need not have a sleepless night because it is big time. Again, morning 9 o'clock, and people will see the horoscope. What time is better? Which is better, which is not better. They fix up a time, and the gynecologist is also happy about it. Right time, get up and go and operate and come back with 2 minutes is get over. Earlier, the labor, she has to wait, the child has to get delivered, she has to be in the labor room, those things have already gone. But again, what is the contrast about it? Even today in the West, if you go about in UK, there for 100 delivery sectors, only 2 cesarean has been done. Whereas in our country here in about 65% of cesarean section. Is it right? Is it not right? I do not understand about it. Again, we can't blame the obstetrician about it because the mothers only are asking for it, we are doing it. I do not know what is right, what is wrong. Again, that means people have enjoyed all the comforts. That is where the problem. I feel we have to teach our own children or the students about it. Again, they should have parents bring up the children without any problem, without anything. Every comforts has been given for them. I really don't understand about whether it's correct or not. They should face some of the difficulties, then they should be able to cope up. Otherwise, later on, if anything happens, they are unable to cope up. Again, all things will happen, suicidal tendency, these things all increases because they have not faced the problem. So once you face the problem, then you will be able to improve much more better. Now, ultimately, let me cut short. Anybody are getting bored? Okay, now let me cut short little about it. The most important, the theme why we have come here is to enable the breastfeed for the working mother. That is most important. Now the deal is over, whatever it is. Now the government has again clearly said about it. You can sue, means you have to give now. Nobody can deny the maternity leave about all these things are there. But in spite of that, you have to attend if you want to know about it. What the best the mother can do about it. Anybody has got an idea? You have to continue breastfeed. So what best can be done? Anything?
Express milk has to be.
Right. Now the milk has to be expressed and then kept about it. When the mother goes to the work, the grandmother whoever is there about. Now how to store, express correct, how to store the milk. How to store the milk? Whether you want to boil and heat temperature, you can cool it and store it, or how do you want to store?
For 4 hours it can be kept in the room temperature.
So now with only for 4 hours it can be kept in the room temperature and be given about it. So if the mother can come back after within 4 hours about it, then she can feed, as well as this in between they can give the. Why you want to feed the newborn every once in 3 hours or 2 hours? What's the reason behind? What is demand feeding? Why do you want to feed? Why can't we also should eat every 3 hours? Then it will be continue, no? But we don't continue about it. Why we feed about it? Why the child has to be fed every once in 3 hours? What's the time limit? Why it is being told about it? Why I have to feed the child once in 3 hours or whatever. Most important is stomach emptying time. That is takes about 3 hours about it, because the capacity of the stomach is in the lesser. So that once in as the stomach size increases, then you need not feed it every once in 3 hours. Then you can feed. That again, books have mentioned, but again arbitrary, because some mothers are so pessimistic. They wake up the child and feed the child, which is not really necessary. That you have to clearly understand. There is no need to wake up the child and feed. That's the reason it is called a demand. Once the stomach gets empty, automatically the child will get up. So there is no need to worry about it. Even if the child sleeps for 4 hours or 4.5 hours, nothing to worry. Only the child sleeps more than 6 hours, have a little, everything has gone wrong. Because if the child has got hypoglycemia, again the child will not get up at all. So you have to be little careful. See when the child is active, breathing normally, everything is okay about it. So you can wait. There is no anything hard to wait. You need not wake up the child. Most of the times what happens was the mothers feel that your sleep is disturbed. When the child sleeps, you also have to sleep. There is no any alternative. So that you have to, you have to get used to it, practice about it. Easy to say on the dais. Easy to say, then we can tell about it. But you have to practice and see that you sleep when the child sleeps about it, so that you will make a little more comfortable. Then you can feel. As the breast milk, one thing when the work she has started about it, the room temperature it will be kept for 4 hours. If you want to keep it little more longer, you can keep it in the refrigerator. So again, you should not microwave or you should not heat, boil the milk. That you have to be very clear. Not like cow's milk, you have to boil and then give it about pasteurization. Is not really. But whatever the content you take about it, the vessel, whatever the cup or whatever it has to be clean. And all aseptic precautions has to be taken, and you have to express the milk, and then you have to store and keep. You can keep in the refrigerator for 24 hours, you can keep. Nowadays, any idea? Like banks. How many milk banks are available? Human milk bank. Anybody has got an idea how many are there in Bangalore? No idea. Okay. There are 3 are there already in Bangalore about it. One is in Philomena Hospital, one in this in Bangalore Medical College, third one is Rangodare Hospital again. So somebody will think, you know the cost of the milk. Breast milk bag, this thing bag is very expensive about it. 100 ml of milk costs 280 rupees. So as we said, some milks. Again, I do not know, like when we read they say cheap and all. Somehow I feel that using the term books are mentioned, using the terminology as cheap, somehow I feel very uncomfortable. You can say it's available free, but not to say it is cheap and don't compare about it. That looks little odd about it. That's when I read, I feel it a little odd about it. So now what has happened, the breast milk is there about it. It's not sufficient, but very expensive. I do not know how much. But you can refrigerate for 24 hours, and by the time the mother comes back about it, then she can give out. So that again, most of the what are the queries been asked. Yes, sir, I am doing all these things, but my child keeps on crying. My grandmother picks up the mother and says, my child is not at all sleeping. Again, she's been disturbed during the working hours. Then she will not know what to do then. So how to build up the confidence level in the mother, saying that again the milk is sufficient or not? Any idea? When to say the mother, what you want to the nurses are more important. ಹಾಲು ಸಾಕಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ ಅಂತ ತಾಯಿ ಕೇಳಿ ಸಾಕಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಅದರಿಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಲು ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರ? First like to give chance man little for the nurses to answer. Weighing machine is not there, then what to do? Say okay, God only knows. Things should work out. So at least the most important other simple factors for the nurses about it, minimum at least the child has to pass urine 6 to 8 times the child has to pass. That means adequately the child is getting hydrated. So automatically that means the child will gain weight about. So nothing to worry about it. And the mothers are usually the first 10 days they lose weight little, but after 10 days they start gaining weight. So one important is you have to ask for the mother to see the child is passing urine 6 to 8 times or not, you have to ask. And the most important is the if you have got a hospital, if they have brought the baby saying that the child is not getting sufficient amount of milk, how to convince the mother? Then again you have to weigh the child and compare about it. And per day, what's the weight gain? ಎಷ್ಟಾಗಬೇಕಮ್ಮ ತೂಕ ಪ್ರತಿ ದಿನ ತೂಕ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು? Correct. So the 30 grams of this thing has to increase. The child has to gain 30 grams of water. And I do not know, most importantly, what type of weight scale is there in your ward or in the, the hospital or in the whatever OPD or this thing. The most important, the regular one, you see the spring one. There you see the markings over there. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜ್ವರ ಮಾತ್ರ ವಯಸ್ಸಾಗೈತೆ ನನಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜ್ವರ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೌದಾ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಈಗ 1 kg 2 kgಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ? ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ 1 and 2 kg ಇದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಇದೆ? ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ? ಅಲ್ಲ ಈಗ 1 kg 10 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಅವಾಗ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ? ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದ electronic one. So most important, the earlier the manual which were not, that's the spring. That is only for 50 grams. Then only the weight it will show. Less than 50 that. So nowadays, if you want to weigh the preterm babies or the babies about it, you should have an electronic one where the minimal from 5 to 10 grams will show. So they will know exact how much the child has gained weight or not. You will be able to make out about it. Then you can assess with the child. If the child has gained, you can convince the mother. The child has gained the expected weight, so nothing to worry about it. Still you have. And ನಿಮಗೆ ತಾಯಿಯವರು ಕೇಳೋದಿಲ್ವಾ ಪತ್ತಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾ ಬೇಡವಾ ಅಂತ? ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡ್ಕೊಡ್ದಂತಾರ? ಸರಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೀವೇನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಬೇಕೀಗ. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದಾರೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನೀವೇನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ. So now that has come from my old, what is it, my grandmother, everybody now the patya, you know that they restrict some amount of food should not be given to the mother about it. To anybody knows the reason, ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಕೇಳಿದಿರಾ? ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾ ಪತ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಿರಾ? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಹೇಳಮ್ಮ ಏನು ಕಾರಣ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ಯಾ?
ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಕೂಡ ಬರುತ್ತೆ.
So the what to say, the scar will be there. If the skin will get stretched, the scar will be there. Not because of patti and all, it will not change about it. The scar has to be there because of stretching of the skin can occur. What I used to ask about it, most important they say that the liker, because he will have the discharge for another 10 to 15 days about it. So it should not be getting infected and smell. That's the reason if you keep a little patya, that will get cleared up very faster. So that it will be clear, the mother will be more comfortable. And that's the answers I have received from the most of the mother. After a colleague over the other clear part was patya entry better on that. Now again, scientifically or the evidence based, that is not there. But you have to be little bit counseling, that is very important nowadays about it. The counseling methodology you people have to learn. During my days that was not necessary. But now if you do not counsel them properly, what's happening now? In every hospital assaults will occur. Why? Because people are not talking with the patients and telling what exactly you are doing. If you go to the PSU or anything, they will put the patients into the ICU. Nobody, you may have done everything, 1001 done everything good you have done. But how does the patients who are standing outside the parents, how they will know that? They will not be knowing it, and again they will have a doubt whether this fellow is done properly or not. They will not have any idea about it. So now that's the reason the counseling, again you people are still youngsters, the counseling is very, very important. You have to be honest and tell the truth. If you do not know, tell them I do not know, nothing harm about it. So that you have to be very clear and counsel, spend more time in the counseling. The examination also little we can make out the diagnosis, but you have to spend more time and explain them what is exactly happening. That way only we can prevent the assault. We are caring about these things we can prevent. So the counseling we have to take. The methodology again, this is something like an instinct. You have to, for example, you want to take history. Few things will there is an art. Till you people voluntarily talk with the patient, ask generally you know this. People nowadays, the students come about it, 2 people, 25 are there in the batch. 2 people will be taking history, another 20 people will be standing there and chit-chatting and gossiping about it. How can you learn history taking? 90% of the time, history taking is correct, you can make a diagnosis even without examination. But most of them, we do not know. That's the reason why we are not getting adequate knowledge in these things. You should know how to counsel. If you keep on talking, then only you will understand better. And somehow nowadays I have found about it. Again, better, the rapport has to be more better. You have to talk in their own language, that will be much more better. But somehow I see in Karnataka, it's not like that. Many people come from different states about it. Even in spite of staying for 5 years in Bangalore, they do not know Kannada at all. What's the reason behind? I do not know. Anybody can tell, highlight little about it? Why people?
We talk with them. They never want to language.
So most important, what has happened is, if I go as an examiner to Tamil Nadu or to Kerala or anywhere Andhra, even in other places about it, it is very clear there it has become compulsory. Because in Tamil Nadu, if you go, apart from daily life, you can't live without knowing Tamil. Other person will not speak. Only if you speak in Tamil, he will speak. Otherwise, he will not speak at all. Then it's bound to learn. So I thought many of the people who come from Kashmir, they were speaking Tamil much more better than me. But whereas the problem in Bangalore is, because it's a cosmopolitan city about it, people, if you are little struggling to speak that particular language, they will speak that language and tell about it. That's the reason people, anyhow, Chentai, manageable. So we need not learn. People are not learning. That's the basic. I thought people are not learning Kannada because of this. Now, you have to make it a point, then only the counseling session will be very good. Then you'll be able to understand much more better. You can also understand better, that will be more good. So the counseling has to be done. Who counsels? Nobody counsels. That's the reason the mother has been left alone. She will not know who to ask, what not to ask, she will not know about it. So you nurses have to spend more time and ask them, then sit with them, counsel them properly, then they'll come out with their doubts, then you'll be able to promote breastfeeding effectively. Otherwise, no point about it. All good so I means finished, over. That ends the matter. Many times we will say about seeing people about it. Start whether she has fed or not, you people have to see. That is the duty of the doctor who is staying there about it. Just telling how many would have fed within half an hour. Most of them go later after half an hour. Many people in that 10 people, if you told them, not even 9 would have not fed breastfed the child. So if you want to effectively tell them, the child has to be breastfed. What can you add? Anything more? For example, if you want to come to the class, we have to give them something, no? Then they will be interested to attend the class. If the class is not attending, what to do? So we have to inculcate the good things as to come up in their mind, then people will start about it. So if you are not scaring them, little amount you have to tell them about it. So more specifically, I thought about you have to tell if you don't eat a child earlier, hypoglycemia can occur. If hypoglycemia occurs, then the child will become mentally retarded. If you put this word into them, automatically the mother will get, if the child becomes mentally retarded, who's going to take care? Again, we have to little scare them little about it. You tell them to start feeding the child, then automatically then you have to confirm. Most of them, they think that my duty is over. I have told them whether they want to feed or don't want to feed, it's left there, it is their headache. That is not correct. We have to see that they have done or not, then things will work out better. And about the working women, now the leave has been very well shown about it. We have to sanction the leave, so they should give about it. The milk, how can be stored or not, you can tell about it. Then the not sufficient about it, the money is there. Breast milk can be taken from the bank if you want to have extra, if you want to give the weight, the child is not giving weight. These are the enabling how to manage. So preferably third, second thing if are not available. Wherever the mother is working about it, you have to see the creaches as there about it. So that the mother takes the child over there near the working place
and be there about it. The other caretaker will be taking. Often she has to go once in 3 hours and feed the child and come back into the room. Again, that will be a beneficial. So all the whichever working places about it, nowadays it's made a compulsory. You have to have a crèche about it, they will be able to feed it. Now I thought even in the postnatal ward, we should have a separate feeding room. Those days it was not really necessity about it. Now in all the postnatal ward, we should see that the separate feeding room is there 2 or 3, so that the mother wants to feed. So little privacy will be there, much more better. She can go there and feed about it. So that is about it. And I said there are no much complications. There are only 2 or 3 things you have to think about it. The mother may not be able to feed well. One is the inverted nipple. So if the mother has got an inverted nipple about it, again the child will not be able to latch properly on the breast about it. The child cannot take. So the simplest method, what you do for the inverted nipple, ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಇನ್ವರ್ಟೆಡ್ ನಿಪ್ಪಲ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಿತ್ತು, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಗಳೇ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎನಿಬಡಿ ನೋಸ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ as syringing method. You have to take a 10 ml syringe where the nozzle is there. You have to cut that and reverse the piston, put on the normal side about it, and then on the vein you have to put pressure so that the nipple will protrude, then the child will be able to suck well about it. That we have to do. That has to be done during the antenatal period, so that during the when they deliver about it, the child will be able to take feed much more better. Second thing is the environment of the breast. Again, most important we have to tell about it. So you have to give little warm compression about it and express the milk, and then you have to give. And most important, whether you want to give the milk on one side or both the sides. ಎರಡು ಕಡೆ ಹಾಲು ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾ, ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾ? ಎರಡು ಕಡೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವೇರ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಲಿಟಲ್ ಹೈಲೈಟ್ ಮೋರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಎರಡು ಕಡೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? Any other brother? Anybody else can give a right answer. So again, every time when a child is taking feeds, depends upon whether sufficient or insufficient will think later. The most important is she has to feed on one side of the breast completely. Why? Because there is again what is called as foremilk and hindmilk. The hindmilk contains the fat. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು, ನಮ್ಮ ಹಾಲು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಖಾಲಿ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಒಂದೇ ಕಡೆ ಕೊಡೋದು ಬೆಟರ್. ಅವಾಗ ಹಿಂದೆಗಡೆ ಬಂದು ಇದು ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕೊಬ್ಬಿನಾಂಶ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ, ಅದರಿಂದ ತೂಕ ಹೋಗೋ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ. ಅದು ಸಾಲದೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಕೊಡೋದ್ರಿಂದನೇ ಸಾಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಎಂಟಿ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಹಾಲು ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನೀವು ಅರ್ಧ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಅರ್ಧ ಹಾಲು ಕೊಡಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಭಾರಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಿ ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹಾಲು ಬರೋಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಲು ಬಂದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬರೀ ನೀರೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಮಗು ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಅದರಿಂದ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಫುಲ್ ಖಾಲಿ ಮಾಡಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಸಾಲದೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಅದನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಅವಾಗಲೇ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ. So that is about how to feed, we have to tell about it. Then the environment of breast you have to express. And the third one you have to think of the mastitis or the breast abscess can occur. ಈಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ ಬ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತೀರಾ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಲು ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಲು ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದ ಅಂತ. ಈಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೇರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನ ತಾಯಿಗಳಿಗೆ they have a doubt whether we can feed because already it's been infected, whether we can feed the child or not, they will not be doing. So it's very clear what you have to do. Apart from the medical management, surgical anywhere first, that is the thumb rule, we have to drain it out. So do an incision and we can drain out the pus, then give the antibiotics about it. Those things you have to continue. But on that particular breast, you can, if the child can latch, if the mother can tolerate the pain, still you can feed the child. But if not, she has to express, and we tell her that the milk has got that amount of power. It will not get infected even though the pus is there in the next about it. That amount of confidence you have to build with the mother about it, then she will improve, then she will accept, then she, so we have to express the milk and give about it. The other side she has to feed about it. Anything I have left over? So any doubts are there, I can answer more about it. So this is been briefly, I have not covered about only 2 or 3 complications I have told about it. There are absolute contraindication is not there. For example, mother has the HIV, she has delivered, whether you want to breastfeed or not. HIV mother ge all kodtira ilva? Right, very good, excellent. Give them a round of applause. Very good. So now all the diseases earlier when HIV came into picture, it was very clear that we should not breastfeed abroad. Just for even in our country, they said. Then they said mixed feeding should not be given. So you should not give cow's milk plus you should not give the breast milk. Again, chance of developing HIV is much more. If you directly give breast milk, they think it was only 5% or 6% of them they may develop HIV. Otherwise, not about it. Nowadays, whether HIV has come down? No, still there. Okay. What has happened now? Of course, the deliveries are occurring now. What has happened now? To say mother to child transmission because of the antiretroviral drugs, really drastically it has come down about it, and people wanted to do a vaccine for the HIV. How many people say right should be like corona vaccine? The manufactured the vaccine should be similarly do for HIV. Should we do or should we not do it? Yes, not bad. Many people are. Everybody wants to enjoy life. Take the vaccine and enjoy life. So that will be more better. So that is not correct. So now because of the ART, now what has happened earlier, because the drugs were, because I am in the HIV, in the pediatric cases, I was the nodal officer for that. Again, the mothers, the earlier, because of the retroviral drugs were very shortage. Again, they used to give only after 6 months, they used to be thinking that first trimester and said, no, harmful. That's the reason they used to not give for the antenatal mothers. Now, as soon as she is pregnant, she is positive about it, we have to start on antiretroviral drug. Drastically, it has come down. The HIV, if you tested the mother, the child, later, again we have found negative. Then what to do, whether we have to continue ART or not to continue, all these things were prophylactically, we used to put them whether it should be or not about it. And investigation, let me not, time is there or no time? Sushila. Time over. It's a what I do not know, I continue little, it goes on. So the HIV patient, to say a child is positive, when at what age you can tell it's positive. Now she has delivered, mother is HIV positive, when all you want to do the test. So to say the child also is positive. Okay. Now the PCR test, all these things have come, but confirmatively if you want to do, you have to do only after 18 months. The ELISA test has to be done, then only you can say child is positive. Till 18 months, whether to treat the child or not to treat the child, that was a big question mark about it. Now again, the debate is going on, because we used to put them on WWE. Again, we are waiting for that, whether really we have to give or not to give. That's a debatable still about it. But after the antiretroviral drugs, definitely the incidence has come down about it. So even the needle stick injury, anybody have got needle stick injury? Anybody have had a needle stick injury? What do you mean by needle stick? Nobody has got. That means very clear, nobody are working. If you are very sure about the people who are working about it, definitely that means you worked in the world. Needle stick injury should have occurred. How can it be possible without occurring a needle injury? How can you escape about it? If nobody has developed that, then probably about it. So again, why did I ask about it? Again, you should know about it. The God says, the Almighty God says, all of us have committed lot of sin. So everybody has to get HIV now. How many of you agree or don't agree? Everybody agrees. Then he said, okay, people were very scared. God gave two options. Whether you want to get through the HIV through needle stick injury or you want to get through the royal method. Which one do you want to get? Which one do you want to prefer? He asked about it. Many people got royal method. Enjoy and die now. Without enjoying, why we should die about it? Let us enjoy life and then die about it. That will be more better. Then actually, if you prefer needle stick injury, only 0.01% only will develop HIV. Otherwise, you will not. Whereas in the royal method, more than 80 to 90% will develop HIV. We conclude, I suppose. Yes, sir.
The mother is being already proved as HIV positive, and from the antenatal period, you started vaccinating her. And your vaccination is not it is a placental mother.
What vaccine was mother? What vaccine you have given to the mother?
HIV
no vaccines are not there. For HIV vaccine has not come there. Planning to get HIV vaccine, I felt why the government should waste money on that. My personal opinion.
But the antibodies already being developed in the mother, and that is crossing the barrier. What is the barrier? And the baby is already
People are not in what? No, they can enjoy life.
I'm saying that about So the baby, you said after 1.5 years, happens to come the birth. So after the mother is exposed and when that blood crosses to the baby, antibodies are being carried to the mother's baby also. It is automatically actively immunized.
Actively, antibodies not crossing placental barrier. More important because of the retroviral drug. The viruses passes over. Because giving the retroviral drug, again the virulence of the organisms are very lesser about it, and again the effectivity does not get transmitted to the people. Because of the virulence, because of the ARV drug we are giving about it. So that is not effective. Over here, if they are taking regularly for a period of time, it will be very unlikely. Most of the babies now, 60 to 70% of them become normal in spite of the mother being HIV positive, and they are on ARV drugs.
Regarding the feeding of the baby, you said completely have to breastfeed the baby.
You have to breastfeed one side, and the other side you don't have to do it. That's what you said.
It is sufficient enough.
No, it is sufficient. That's okay. But the other side, because this prolactin and the other hormones will be secreted, even the other side of the breast also will start accumulating the blood.
Yes.
And the chances of breast abscess is more. But usually what we were taught during our student life is you feed half hourly this side and half hourly this opposite side, so that both the breasts are expressed simultaneously. So that the chances of developing the breast abscess is very less. That is what we have been taught during our school days.
Very wrong. The medicine keeps on changing. Let us not accept that about it, because you'll be giving only water. Fat will be the hind milk has to go, then only the child will gain weight. Just waiting for 2 hours, it will not cause breast abscess. Alternate only you have to do. Next time when you feed, you have to feed on the other breast. Alternating you have to do and then do it. Any more questions from the other sex student side? No questions.
Underwood workers, they have some questions.
Okay, right.
Like, they have, suppose if the mother is having COVID, so feeding during that time, and then if they are having cough and cold, then also what would tell the mothers? Typhoid and tuberculosis.
Now it's very clear, you have to feed for individual baby disease, not only for corona ಅಥವಾ ಮಗು ತಾಯಿಗೆ ನೆಗಡಿ ಜ್ವರ ಆಗಲಿ ಕುಡಿಸ್ಲೇಬೇಕು. ಅದನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೋಡೋಣ ಮಗು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ಆಂಟಿಬಾಡೀಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಬರ್ದೇನು ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಅದರಿಂದ ಕುಡಿಸ್ಲೇಬೇಕು. ಅದರಿಂದ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೆಗಡಿ ಕೆಮ್ಮು ಹಾಕಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ತಾಯಿಗೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕುಡಿಸ್ಲೇಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಇನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇನ್ನೇನು ಡೌಟ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಏನಿದೆ ಕೇಳಿ ಬೆಟರ್ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಈಗ ಕೊರೋನಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ಅದು ಅವಾಗಲೇನೆ ಇತ್ತದು ಕೊರೋನಾ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗಲೇ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಾನೆ ಇದೆ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಭಯಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಕೊರೋನಾ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಭಯಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ತಾಯಿ ಕೊರೋನಾ ಇದ್ರೂ ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿಸಲೇಬೇಕು. ಎನಿ ಅದರ್ ಡೌಟ್? ಓಕೆ. So because of my 30-40 years of experience, if I have doubt, nobody will ask question. That is going on since 40 years of my experience about the student side. Nobody asks anything about it. And whether you have understood or not understood, again GOK about. So you have to say God only knows. Otherwise, Govindaraj only knows. Otherwise, people don't even laugh about it. They can enjoy the class. We have to enjoy the about it. Okay. Thank you one and all. So really very nice. I want to add one word about Chaitra. I know her, right? She insisted me to give my CV. I do not know what CV was important, and I know her right from birth till now. I know her about her. So thank you.
Breastfeeding days.
Huh?
Breastfeeding days.
Okay. Thank you, Govinda. And again, once again, let me thank the principal as well as Sushila and other faculty members for calling me about it. I don't know whether you really liked it or not. I've taken your lunch time, so thank you very much for hearing very patiently about it. So I should be really very thankful. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. That was indeed motivating and extremely informative. We are so honored and privileged for your presence. Now, I would like to call Principal Sir Anthony Pediatrics to felicitate our chief guest.
So good afternoon everyone. I won't take much time. I think more than telling anything, I would like to thank my teacher, Dr. Govindaraj sir, and Sushila madam was also my teacher. So I think the talk was very enlightening. Most of us talked basically only theory, but sir talked about his experience. So we learned many things from his talk. So you learned about the similarity between human milk and donkey's milk, and with regard to blood banks, milk banks being there, and what is the cost, where all it is there, and the practical problems which mothers face and how it needs to be addressed, and also the interaction with the ASHA workers was very beneficial. I thank sir for giving this talk, and I hope it made a lot of difference with regard to the knowledge what you have gained and which you can practice from now on. So keep in mind the theme, and whomever you are having in the lactation period, whom you know and who are working mothers, you can pass on the knowledge. So I would like to thank the organizers for giving an opportunity to share a few thoughts.
Thank you, sir, for your advice. Bottle feeding fills baby's stomach, but breastfeeding fills baby's soul. To make us laugh, to make us think, our friends are all set with the performance to create awareness on breastfeeding. Let's enjoy the skit.
ಕಲಿಯೋಣ. ದೃಶ್ಯ 1. ಪಾರ್ಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವ ತಾಯಂದಿರು, ಮಗು ಅಳುತ್ತಿರೋದು. ಒಬ್ಬ ತಾಯಿ ಹಾಲುಣಿಸುವ, ಮತ್ತೊಬ್ಬ ತಾಯಿ ಬಾಟಲ್ ಹಾಲನ್ನು ಕುಡಿಸುವ ದೃಶ್ಯ. ರೇವತಿ ಬಂದು ಸೀತಾ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಲೋ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗು ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ತಿಂಗಳಾಗಿದೆ?
ಹಲೋ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಈಗಷ್ಟೇ 3 ತಿಂಗಳಾಗಿದೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗು ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬಾ ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಹೌದು ಸರಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗು ಎಷ್ಟು ತಿಂಗಳು?
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು, ನನ್ನ ಮಗುಗೂ 3 ತಿಂಗಳಾಗಿದೆ. ನೀವ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಮಗುಗೆ ಎದೆ ಹಾಲು ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ? ನೀವ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಾಟಲ್ ಹಾಲೇ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದಲ್ಲ.
ಆದ್ರೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ 6 ತಿಂಗಳವರೆಗೆ ಎದೆ ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹೀಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾವ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ಬೇಕು? ನಮ್ಮ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಧಕ್ಕೆ ಬೀಳುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸುಸ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತು?
ಆದ್ರೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎದೆ ಹಾಲಲ್ಲಿ ರೋಗ ನಿರೋಧಕ ಶಕ್ತಿ, ನಮಗೂ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಹಾಗೂ ಬ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಇಂದ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಆದ್ರೆ ಹಾಗೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನನ್ ಮಗು ಗಟ್ಟಿಮುಟ್ಟಾಗೆ ಇದೆ. ನಿಮ್ ಮಗು ಮತ್ತೆ ನನ್ ಮಗುವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ?
ಹಾಗೆ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಇದು ಒಬ್ಬ ತಾಯಿಯಾದವರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕಾದಂತಹ ವಿಷಯ. ಮಗು ಯಾವಾಗ ಹುಟ್ಟುತ್ತೋ ಅದು ನಿಧಾನವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆ ಹೊಂದುತ್ತದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರೋಗ ನಿರೋಧಕ ಶಕ್ತಿ, ಉತ್ತಮ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಹಾಗೂ ಪೌಷ್ಟಿಕಾಂಶಗಳು ಅಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಹೇಗೆ ಸಿಗಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯ?
ಓ ಹೌದಲ್ಲ.
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ತಾಯಿಯ ಹಾಲು ಅತಿ ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ ಹಾಲು ಅಂತ.
ಓ ಹೌದಲ್ವೇ? ಧನ್ಯವಾದ. ದೃಶ್ಯ 2. ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮನೆಯ ದೃಶ್ಯ. ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರಪ್ಪನ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ 3 ತಿಂಗಳ ಒಂದು ಮಗು ಇದೆ. ಅವರ ಸೊಸೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಲುಣಿಸುವ ದೃಶ್ಯ.
ಚೂರು ತಡೀರಿ ಅಂತೆ ಮಗುಗೆ ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಏನೋ ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ನನಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ?
ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ 6 ತಿಂಗಳವರೆಗೂ ಎದೆ ಹಾಲು ಕೊಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೋರ್ಗರೆ 4 ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ಓದಿ ಅವರೇ ಮೇಧಾವಿಗಳನ್ನು ಅಂದುಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಸಹ 3 ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಜನ್ಮ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ಯಾವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ.
ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹೇಳಿದಾರಂತೆ ಎದೆ ಹಾಲು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಗುಗೆ ಸರಿಯಾದ ರೋಗ ನಿರೋಧಕ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ.
ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕುಟುಂಬಾಚಾರ ಯಾರು ಅನುಸರಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ?
ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರ
ಯಾಕೆ ಕೇಳ್ತೀಯಾ?
ಸೊಸೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದನಲ್ಲ ಸಂಗತಿಯನ್ನು ಗಂಡನಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾವನಿಗೆ ಹೇಳುತ್ತಾಳೆ.
ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಸರಿ ತಪ್ಪೇನಿದೆ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ತಾಯಿ ಹಾಲು ಮಗುಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇದೆ.
ಓ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನನ್ನಿಂದ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವಾ?
ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ನನ್ನ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳಮ್ಮ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ತುಂಬ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾವಾಗ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಿನದ ಹಿಂದೆ
ನವಜಾತ ಶಿಶುವಿಗೆ ಮೊದಲ 6 ತಿಂಗಳವರೆಗೆ ಕಡ್ಡಾಯವಾಗಿ ತಾಯಿಯ ಹಾಲು ನೀಡಬೇಕು. ನೀರು ಸಹ ಕೊಡಬಾರದು. ತಾಯಿಯ ಹಾಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಗತ್ಯವಿರುವ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೋಷಕಾಂಶಗಳಿವೆ. ಮಗುವಿನ ರೋಗ ನಿರೋಧಕ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಮಗುವಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರವಲ್ಲ, ತಾಯಿಗೂ ಹಲವಾರು ಪ್ರಯೋಜನಗಳಿವೆ. ಮಗುವಿಗೆ ಹಾಲುಣಿಸುವ ಮೂಲಕ ತಾಯಿ ಸ್ತನ ಮತ್ತು ಗರ್ಭಕೋಶ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ನಿಂದ ರಕ್ಷಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬಹುದು ಮತ್ತು ಸಹಜ ಗರ್ಭ ನಿರೋಧಕ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ. ತಾಯಿಯ ತೂಕ ಇಳಿಕೆಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡುತ್ತದೆ. ಮಗು ಮತ್ತು ತಾಯಿ ಬಾಂಧವ್ಯ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ತಾಯಿಯ ಹಾಲು ಅಮೃತಕ್ಕೆ ಸಮಾನ. ಹಾಲುಣಿಸುವ ಮೂಲಕ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗುವಿನ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಕಾಪಾಡಿ.
ಈ ದಿನ
ಅಮ್ಮ ಈಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು.
ಸರಿ ಆಯ್ತು.
ನನ್ನ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ, ಹೊರ ಮಾತು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ತಾಯಿ ಹಾಲು
ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ ಆಹಾರ.
ಗಂಡು ಮಗು ಎಂದು ಸುದ್ದಿ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಅವನ ಖುಷಿಗೆ ಲೆಕ್ಕವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವನು ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾನೆ ನೀವೇ ನೋಡಿ.
ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಕೇಳಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಸ್ವೀಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ? ಹೋಗಿ ನಾನು ಜೇನುತುಪ್ಪ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ನೀನ್ ನೋಡೋಕೆ ನಂತರನೇ ತುಂಬಾ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಯಾಕೆ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್? ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹತ್ರನೇ ಹೋಗಿ ಹೇಳೋಣ ಬನ್ನಿ. ನನ್ನ ವೈಫ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ತಾಯಿ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಜಗಳ ಆಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮಗುಗೆ ಹನಿ ಕೊಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಏನ್ ಸರ್, ನೀವು ಎಜುಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿ
ಹೀಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ಮಗುಗೆ ತಾಯಿ ಹಾಲು ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಕೊಡುವುದರಿಂದ ಆಸ್ಮಾ, ಅಲರ್ಜಿ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ, ತಾಯಿಗೆ ಟೈಪ್ 2 ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಸ್, ಹೃದಯ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ತಡೆಗಟ್ಟಲು ಸಹಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಆಸ್ಮಾ, ಸೋಂಕು, ಅಲರ್ಜಿ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ತಾಯಿ ಹಾಲು ಅತಿ ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ ಆಹಾರ ಅಂತ.
ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ದೃಶ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗದು, ತಾಯಿಯ ಹಾಲು ಅತಿ ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ ಆಹಾರವೆಂದು. ಮಗುವಿಗೆ 6 ತಿಂಗಳವರೆಗೂ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಸಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ತಾಯಿಯ ಹಾಲು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. 6 ತಿಂಗಳ ನಂತರ ಕೂಡ ತಾಯಿಯ ಹಾಲು ಮುಂದುವರಿಸಬೇಕು, ಆದರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಆಹಾರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ. ಈ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಣ್ಣ ನಾಟಕದಿಂದ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯ್ತೆಂದು ನಂಬುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಇತಿ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Round of applause for our friends for this amazing performance.
Far and away, the best prize that life has to offer is the chance to work hard and work worth doing. Now it is a time for appreciating the efforts of all the participants by giving them a prize for their achievements. To give the awards, I invite our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Govindaraj to come on the dais.
Competition. The first prize goes to Priyadarshana M and Varshita Patil. Second prize to Lokeshwari B, Nishchita MS and Kirtana M. Third prize to Sindhu and Sanoli 7. Now for the skit participants, Piyush Pandey.
Next.
Santosh Kes. Sahil Minade. Priyadarshana M. Khalid Muhammad. Satvik V. Now we request Vivek sir to hand over the certificate. Thank you, sir. Muthulakshmi B. Sarika. Jennifer. ಕೀರ್ತಿ ಜಿ ದೊಡ್ಡಮನಿ, ತರುಣ್ ಕೆ,
Congratulating those students who got certificates here and their efforts. Applause. I also would like to thank Dr. Tejaswini Madam and then Dr. Sushma Madam from Psychiatry Department for being the judge for this poster competition. So I think you people are satisfied now. Next.
So, for giving out the awards, once again I congratulate all the winners. I now call upon my dear friend Veda of second year MBBS to acknowledge us with the importance of breastfeeding and Sahil to tell us about the immunization.
Good afternoon to everyone present here. I am Veda of second year MBBS.
And I am Sahil from second year MBBS.
To speak on importance of breastfeeding. Why is breastfeeding important for your baby?
Breast milk help keeps your baby healthy. It supplies all the necessary nutrients in the proper proportions.
It protects against allergy, sickness and obesity.
It protects against diseases like diabetes and cancer.
It protects against infection like ear infection. It is easily digested, no constipation, diarrhea or abscess line.
Babies will have healthier ways as they grow.
Breastfed babies are known to be having score higher on IQ tests. Why is breastfeeding important for mothers?
Mothers who are breastfed have a reduced risk of type 2 diabetes and certain cancers such as breast cancer.
Mothers may find it easier to return to what they weighed before they got pregnant. Most importantly, it promotes the bond between mother and the child. With this few words, I and Sahil will conclude our speech and thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Veda and Sahil. I request Shweta ma'am to present the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but it is the parent of all others. It has been such an honor to be a part of this wonderful event. As we all know, that saying thank you is a respectful way to show our appreciation towards a person. But word falls short to thank our present chief guest, Dr. Govindaraj sir, for accepting our invitation and gracing this occasion. Heartfelt thank you, sir. I would also like to thank our advisor to Chancellor, Mr. Vivek Viraya sir, for coming to this occasion and motivating us for all the organizing events. Thank you, sir. And special thanks to Dr. Sudeep sir, Registrar, for being with us today and gracing this occasion. I would also like to extend gratitude to our beloved medical superintendent, Dr. Manohar sir, for his constant help and guidance, and we thank from the Department of Pediatrics. Thank you. Sincere thanks to Dr. Divakar sir for always motivating and encouraging us to organize this event. We have already entered into our time and thank you very much. A special thanks to Dr. Sushila ma'am, HOD Department of Pediatrics, who has handled this
this event here and being such a supportive. Thank you, ma'am. And heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Ashok sir, HOD Department of Community Medicine, and staff from his department who has stood by us and supported us in various steps for organizing this event. And I am very much thankful to our nursing principal sir for gracing this occasion. And I would also like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Tejaswini ma'am, Vice Principal, and Dr. Sushma ma'am, Assistant Professor from Department of Factual, for accepting our invitation to this short meeting and being judges for our poster presentation. And heartfelt appreciation to our junior residents, Dr. Chaitra and Dr. Srishti, for their constant support towards the departmental events. And also, a moment of difference makes a difference in your attitude. A wide round of applause and thanks to all the participants of the skit poster presentation with special mention to our second year MBBS student for making this event memorable. I would also extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Purnima, Asha workers and all the Anganwadi workers who had made their presence for this event and who were the part of this event. I thank from our organization. Thank you everyone. I would feel short of my responsibility if I did not express my gratitude to all the HODs of the department, senior consultants, and also my colleagues and your students who are present over here and blessing this occasion. I thank everyone from our Department of Pediatrics as well as Department of Community Medicine. And also, I cannot overlook the efforts of our volunteers and admin staff who gave their time and energy and dedicated for this event. Thank you all. Finally, I would like to thank each one of you present here for making the time to be with us today